Okay, everyone. It's WTF Wednesday, and we're back. Yes, Shauna and Laura. Here we are. Sisters from birth. Yes, we are. It's us.
We
it's
are.
Her and I.
We
and
are.
Yes. And here we go.
Here
to
we
What
go.
the Fuck Wednesdays, guys. Ding. Let's have at it.
Ciao, ciao.
What's in your glass today?
Dark and stormy.
Dark and stormy.
Yeah.
I knew it. I could look. You had lime. I've got lime, but mine is Tito's and Coke Zero. But yeah, dark and stormy.
Dark and stormy.
And you got your sister glass.
I do.
I
got
it.
my
I like
sister
it.
glass.
I like it.
It's my sister
Show
glass.
everyone.
My sister glass.
Yes. That's us, guys. It's engraved. It's all personalized.
She's such a personalization person.
I write my name on everything.
She does. She always has.
Always has. Even when I was a little kid. Do you remember?
I do. Everything.
I used to babysit for your kids.
Yeah.
And I would come over and I would write phone books. Ha! How many of you
Please,
remember?
let's not talk about phone books.
How many of you remember phone books?
Yeah.
And I would write my name on everything. Everything I could.
On everything.
Everything I could.
Everything.
And I still do. At 55, I still write my name on everything.
On everything.
I get things monogrammed. It's like, oh, I just think I'm so special.
I think she's going to forget. She thinks she's going to forget who she is.
I'm gonna. Because
And
dementia's coming,
And
guys.
everything will
Dementia's coming,
be
guys.
personalized, and then she'll have
And
it.
then I'll be able to be like,
Me.
I see
There
that
we
name
go.
everywhere. That must be me.
It must be
I'll
me.
be like 87, like, guys, is that me? Oh my God, what's my name?
You're an ass.
I know, I am. But it's What the Fuck Wednesday, and here
Yeah.
we are. And we are here. So welcome the fuck back. How about that? And we're just going to say real quick, catch up. Catch up, guys. Pay attention. As we normally say, pay attention.
Pay
We
attention.
pay
We
attention
say that a lot.
We say that a lot.
We do.
But the chaos has not stopped. It has not stopped.
Came to our doorstep.
Yeah, the chaos has come to the door. Not our door, but lots of doors.
Yeah.
And so, just saying, it's pretty bad.
Lots of doors.
Lots of doors. Lots of doors. Lots of doors. Lots of doors.
Okay.
Anyway, the chaos has not stopped, right? So neither can we. We can't stop because the chaos doesn't stop. And if the chaos stops, hey, Mike, get it together. If the chaos hasn't stopped, oh, my mic has a mind of its own. If the chaos hasn't stopped, we aren't either. You got that? You got that? So we're not going to. So, the country didn't stop doing wild shit at all.
At all.
Okay? So, we can jump right on in. We can jump right on into it if we would like. But first, I would like to say, how the fuck are you on this What the Fuck Wednesday?
Oh my God.
Do tell.
Oh my God.
Do tell, sister.
So, you were away this weekend.
I was again, but I'm home this weekend. Oh.
You were away this weekend.
For my 1 weekend.
Can't wait for that shit to stop. I'm just saying, so I can get my partner in crime here so we can go have lunch or something.
Yep.
Which
we
we
have
have
lunch this weekend.
Huh?
We can have lunch
Well,
this weekend.
yes, because you are around this
I
weekend.
am around this weekend.
You are around.
I am around this weekend.
Yeah. But so I've been missing you on that. But I don't know why I like you.
I know.
So
it's because Mom made you like me since birth.
She did make me.
She had to walk me to school.
Don't stop. Don't.
I'm about to
stop.
say it.
She's about to say it. Don't stop. So
She
you
walked
asked
me into a pole.
You were gonna ask me how I was.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
This isn't
my bad.
about you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I'm the baby, so it is about
so,
me. And she walked me into a pole in
She
kindergarten.
deserved it.
Because she didn't want to bring me to
I
school.
didn't want to bring her to school. I
On
wanted to
Mill
go to the
Street
beach.
in New Bedford. I still know the pole. her
I
ass
wanted to
walked
go to
me
the
into.
beach.
Like walking me like, oh, I can't believe I gotta walk your ass to school. Like I'm trying to go to the beach. Okay.
And I blew it because I wasn't paying attention. Walked her into the pole. I had to take her home.
He was out there looking
drama queen.
He was out there looking at all that strong, long hair, just like Brady Bunch-ish, Partridge Family-ish.
Well,
If anybody remembers Yellow Pages, you remember the Partridge Family. Yeah. That was her. Okay.
So anyway, it's been a
1976,
crazy ass week.
somewhere around there.
Right?
It's been a crazy week.
It's been a crazy ass week, especially around here.
Yeah. It's a Memorial Day week.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Memorial
veterans.
Day. Yeah. Thank you very much. For dying, because that's what Memorial Day is for. Yeah, we appreciate you. Yeah, we appreciate you. Veterans Day is for the living. Memorial Day is for the dead.
That's right.
Yes.
So sorry they're not listening.
Because they're dead.
I totally fucked that up. Okay,
She
sorry.
did. Anyway,
Damn.
okay. We had a big freaking dump truck overturn on Beach Road.
Oh yeah, that happened.
Okay.
That's right. Stay the hell away from there, you said.
Yep, on Monday.
Yep.
So that was crazy. Closed the whole road down.
Why did you turn over, by the way?
Why? Because he was going 40 miles per hour on a curve. Looked at his phone. Okay. Lost control.
Do we know about
yes,
the phone?
we do.
Okay.
He was seen. Lost control of the truck. All right. Came up on the sidewalk. Hit the pole. Flipped the truck.
I gotta see pictures of this.
Okay. Flipped the truck. And apparently someone was not belted in. So that's going to be an issue. He got fired. Like almost immediately, Packers fired him. It was a Packer.
Oh, it was a Packers?
Not
truck?
Packers. I apologize. It was Bruno's.
Ooh.
It was Bruno's. It wasn't
Sorry,
Packers.
Packers.
Sorry, Ralph. Didn't mean to say anything. It was Bruno's. It was Bruno's. Yeah, he got fired.
See, when you live on an island, you know people by name.
Yeah, right. And so it was Bruno's, and yeah, he got canned.
Ooh.
Yep. And as a matter of fact, it was Irv who told me.
Yep.
And he got canned.
My husband's a rat.
And yeah, he is.
Sometimes.
Don't ever tell him a secret. And
Stitches get stitches, Irvin.
yeah. And so that was kind of exciting. You know, we live on an island.
Yeah, so little things like you know, people dumping over their trucks in the middle of the road and causing chaos is like exciting for us.
Yeah, so it was. So what about you?
Not a whole hell of a lot. Just basketball and basketball and boom 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 basketball.
Sixth graders, seventh graders.
Seventh graders. Love those kids. Good weekend we were at Starland Sports Complex in Hanover for the weekend, and so it was a tough weekend for our squad. Even though we just came off of 2 AAU championships, man. But it was a tough one, but they worked hard, and we're going forward. 7th grade went 2-1, but the point differential didn't put us in a space where we could go into the semifinals. And you know how you don't have to worry about a point differential? You win. So, but they're 7th graders, so we love them, and they did a lot, and they did as good as they could have, and we got through it. 6th grade went 1-2, but man, their one that they won, whew, man, they were amazing, and I love those kids because 6th graders like still want to hug you. The coaches like they still want to hug you. They will wipe tears. Well, I'm wiping tears on 7th grade too. But it's a different type of tears. Like 7th grade tears are like, why the fuck am I not starting?
Yeah.
You know, 6th grade tears are like, oh my god, I hurt my he stuck my neck and he said blah blah blah. You know, it's that kind of stuff. And it's like, oh. So I felt like we took some kids this weekend.
Like a mommy.
I felt like a mom this weekend because we took some of the 6th graders with us and got a house and rented it and just kind of like mommed and dadded it out. And so Irvin was like setting the table and we were like, oh my God, it's like being a parent. It's like we're doing this again.
They
I actually thought I was cheating on my kids.
That's what I was going to say. They
my
are
kids
parents.
are grown times
They know.
2.
Yeah.
But I thought I was cheating on my kids because that's how it was.
Because you don't have grandchildren.
Because I don't have grandchildren. Not yet. Not probably ever.
Yet.
Not ever.
She will.
Anyway, I've trained them not to, so probably
She's
not.
got boys who are going to take care of them.
Maybe. Anyway.
Anyway.
It better be a while from now. Because I don't have time for that. Anyway. It's not mine. It wouldn't be mine anyway.
So that's cool.
But it was a good weekend.
Yeah.
We did that. It was Memorial Day weekend. We came back. It's funny because
The weather was good.
being away Mother's Day weekend, being away Memorial Day weekend, we're going to be away Father's Day weekend, and then it's AAU season is over. We got clinics coming up. So Vineyard Breakers is off and running. And
so good stuff.
We're excited about that. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm
And you
glad
guys
to
are
have
really
my
good at it, so.
Wednesday with my sister to just...
Yeah, and the ha is craziness in this country.
Yo.
So, I mean, go figure, right? That's the relaxation.
So that's like
part.
9 minutes of crazy. So we're going to talk about crazy.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk about crazy. So that was my weekend. And so I'm glad to be chilling out for a moment.
So maybe we should jump to ice because that was part of our week, too.
That was part of our week. And ice on the island.
Yes.
Ice on the island.
Ice.
Not like icebergs. Not like Iceland. ice on the island.
Martha's Vineyard.
Yes.
Ice came to the vineyard.
Because guess what? Those 20 people that you got, they were killers. All of them.
They hit Nantucket?
Yeah, they hit Nantucket.
And they hit us.
Yeah.
They got 12 in Nantucket. And they,
they got 20 here.
Well, they got more than that.
No, it says 20.
Well,
so that's
I
like
heard
32.
they got 40 total.
40?
I did.
Today in the paper it said 20.
Did it?
Yes, it
No,
did.
they adjusted
MV
downward.
Times.
Because you know
Get
what?
It together.
Because you know them ice people, they lie.
Oh, but did you see the video of the guy? It was a Giordano. That video I sent you this morning.
Yes.
What? Yeah. He was not playing with these folks. He was not playing with these folks.
Yeah. He was following them around the island. He was
following them. And what I thought was interesting is that the local police were not notified that ICE was going to be here.
No, because they weren't going to cooperate and they were afraid that ICE was afraid that they'd tip people off.
That's right. Yeah. So, because they think we're snitchers. Snitchers,
you know.
Not snitchers.
Depends on who we're snitching for.
That's right. A fellow islander decided, I'm going to follow your asses. Yeah. And he did. And he followed them around. And you know what? I thought it was interesting that
they called the police.
They called the police. You see, my mic isn't really doing what it's supposed to, right? So they called the police. Yeah. Sure did. And they called them to say, hey, guys, we're being followed. Yeah. And he followed them. It's on Instagram. I think I put it on Blue Sky. I put it on a few places. But he basically said to them, hey, look, the local cop said, he called me because you guys are following him and they're a little worried and blah, blah, blah.
You're going to interfere.
And then you're going to interfere. And he stood there with his mask and he's like, I just want you to know. He just stood there.
With the mask on.
With the mask on. With his big old gun. I just want you to know that I am supported here by the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Okay, we know what FBI stands for. Yeah. FBI, and if you impede and blah, 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 you'll be arrested, blah, blah. Okay, anyway. The guy wasn't trying to be arrested.
For him, though. I felt bad because he was getting so mad. He was getting wound up. And the cop even said, why are you shaking? And he said, because I'm so angry. Yeah. I'm so angry that you're here, that you're doing this.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It was very interesting. Yeah. I can tell you that at school, it was tough. Kids were stressed out. We couldn't talk about it. Nobody could bring it up or talk about it. Kids were stressed out. Yep. The schools were basically sort of locked down unless they had a certain type of warrant to get in. They're not going to, they won't be allowed to get in. I don't think
they had any warrant for anybody.
So let's reverse. Okay, so back to the beginning. So I found out they were here. I saw the video. Yeah. You saw the video. When I read up on it, it looks like they were here the day before too, and they had started kind of rounding folks up that morning. I guess Monday, maybe Memorial Day.
Didn't hear a word about it though on Memorial Day, which is so unusual that didn't get out.
So they were out there, I guess, on the roundabout. And we have one roundabout, by the way. And people still don't know how the fuck to get around it.
They don't.
Just so you know. It's like a rotary little thing. And
it's a little tiny rotary.
Oh, my God. And they're still like, we're in the city. Oh, no, what's
people going on? Don't know how to use a rotary. So including my sister. So I'm just saying.
Bullshit. I know how to use a rotary. I got the right away.
Not the born rotary. She don't.
Bullshit. They got lines now with little things. Get out of here. I know how to use a rotary. Just don't get in my way. It's just that simple. Anyway, so the ICE folks came. Okay, they were. I felt bad for the Coast Guard a little bit because I feel like they all had to.
They were forced into it.
Everybody's got to be forced into like helping out
because they're part of Homeland Security, basically. Yeah. All right, so because if you're part of Homeland, including DEA. FBI, they're all being forced into grabbing brown people. That's what they're being forced to do.
Brown people.
Okay? And the pictures are out there. If you look at the Vineyard Gazette, if you look at MV Times online, you'll see the pictures. Okay?
Dude, they're pulling you over in Toyotas. Unmarked, colored, unmarked, like green Toyotas. Like, you don't even know what's going on.
So, and the reason why they're doing that is because they're like doing this whole undercover shit. The thing is that they're wearing masks. Okay, and they're wearing masks because like they're the freaking Gestapo. And if you don't know what the Gestapo is, please look it up.
Google it.
Google it. Google that shit. All right. So, and they're nothing but thugs. They are.
That's how they're operating.
They're operating. They're not operating like law enforcement.
Well, this is the thing, right? Is that you have a job to do. We get that. You have a job to do. And by all means, folks,
which should have a
before you
warrant.
start talking shit, don't get me wrong. If they're criminals, take them. We got plenty of American-ass criminals
They're not looking
running
for
around
Americans.
they ain't looking for. Okay? But, and I'm always going to say that because I will always feel like the biggest threat to this country is right here in this goddamn country. Off topic probably,
and it's not migrants.
I am more afraid of the skinhead walking down the street than I am anybody else.
Yeah.
And I mean that.
Yeah.
Anybody else. If you look crazy, I'm crossing the street anyway.
Yeah.
Okay? But skinheads, KK, like that type of like skinhead people, like I just keep saying skinheads because it's like something embedded in me that's like,
well, because they're tall, they're white,
the
they're
hell
bald.
out. And it's
They're
like,
scary.
oh, you guys kind of scare me, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm more scared of you than anybody else. And I think Mom, going back to our mother, had said to me one time that the only time she got robbed or was attempted to be robbed was by a white man in a suit at an ATM machine.
Yeah.
And she's like, so don't get it twisted. And my mom is white, by the way. So before you message me about that shit, that's when she, that's the encounter she had. And she's like, yeah, so don't judge a book by its cover.
Ever.
So I don't give a shit if you're black, if you got dreads, if you're whatever, you speak a different language.
Tattoos.
I don't care. Tattoos, whatever. I got tattoos, whatever. I don't care. Okay. But like skinheads make me like, like they do. They freak me the fuck out. I do watch a lot of...
anybody in a red hat these days freaks me the hell out. So
I don't see a lot of people in red hats because
Not
they don't
anymore.
really wear a lot of red hats. They're just kind of coming out full throttle like, yeah, this is who I am, guys. They don't give a shit. They just kind of don't give a shit.
They're more in hiding right now.
Oh, I don't know.
Only the hardcore coming out right now. And those are the scariest ones.
So, back to ice.
Back to ice.
So, when I got that message, I thought, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. A lot of kids were not in school today.
Yeah.
Okay. I sent a message out last night to the moms to the parents of the team because I was getting messages from 6th graders who weren't coming to practice. And their parents were afraid of driving. And that doesn't mean that they're here illegally. It just means they don't want to be targeted.
Right.
It has nothing to do with them being, because I have all of their paperwork. I have these
Americans.
kids. I have these kids' paperwork.
Yeah.
I have their green cards if they have them. I've got all their stuff.
But it
so
doesn't
that's not
matter
what
to
it
these
doesn't
goons.
matter.
And they are goons. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, yeah. And so I understand you have a job to do. I understand they have a job to do. Like, I get that. And so I'm not saying don't come here. Well, they do. They came into this. They have a job to do, and they're probably just trying to ride out these 4 years too.
Nope. They enjoy it. They're wearing masks because they're embarrassed, actually.
So somebody had said, I saw something online where they said, oh, of course they wear masks because people will hate them, And I'm like, wow. So they're wearing masks. They're wearing masks. But you know what? I thought about this.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when Trump was in office the first time, a lot of people quit.
Yeah.
They said, I'm not doing that shit. Yeah. I'm not doing what you're asking of me. So then I thought, well, damn, maybe you guys don't need this job. Well, it's not that they don't need this job. They probably have families to support too.
Yes,
but
they do.
Damn it, this shit is crazy. So I'm thinking last night, when they're pulling people over,
right,
and they're asking for papers, what papers?
They're not asking.
Because I'm telling you, I'm not riding around. I said to my husband last night, I said to Irvin last night, so you're black, by the way, I said to him, and you're driving. They can pull your ass over too.
They're not pulling over black people.
Okay,
pulling over brown people.
Brown people. But I said to him, what do you have to prove that you're an American?
Yeah.
And he's like,
all he has to do is talk.
Irvin,
all Irv has to do is talk.
He's from Memphis.
I love him, and he speaks Memphis.
And so I said to him,
come on with it.
I'm finna show you my license right now. Sorry, I just had to do that.
Come on with it. I'll show you my license.
Come on with it. I'm finna show you my license right now. And so anyway, he said, I got my license. I go, so?
Yeah.
So?
In Massachusetts, almost everybody has a license.
Right. I said, so? What does that mean?
Yep.
They could take you anyway. I'm like, I'm just saying. He was like, holy shit. I said, so I really had to explain to him, like, no, like, they can pull your ass over and be like, okay, who are you? Where are you from? And it's like, I'm not riding around with a passport. My passport's in a box.
But they're not asking.
They're not asking for shit.
That is the point. They're not asking an ID.
So this is what I'm trying to understand. Are you coming to get criminals, or are you just pulling over a van and taking everybody?
They have a quota. They have been given a quota. Now this is a problem, and I actually know of some feds who have left their jobs. And they've left their jobs because they were taking off what they did for the for the FBI and whatever.
Yep.
And told this is their new vocation is to sweep up brown people. And that they have a quota. And this one person that I know of, all right, who was going along with the program because this is her life, her job, whatever. And she was told that she had to go back out and get 4 more people.
Go back out.
Go back out and get 4 more people.
Get 4
because
more people.
She didn't meet her quota.
It's like,
all right. She had to go out
tickets.
and get 4 more people. And she was like, are you freaking kidding me? Okay. And she gave her notice.
So just grab folks.
All right. So that's why they're just grabbing folks. They have a quota. So quota. Sorry. It's not an R over there. Quota. All right.
Especially when we don't pronounce our R's.
I know, right? So,
wow.
This is...
I didn't know that.
Yes, they have a quota. So they're being asked, and let's understand something that some people really don't understand. President Barack Hussein Obama, all right,
my low-key boyfriend,
deported more migrants than any other president.
Yeah, he did.
Okay?
Yeah, he did.
And he was not loved for it.
I know. I love you, though.
Trump,
just because I love you.
Trump tried, but he never made it. Okay? Joe Biden deported. Trump is not deporting. He is kidnapping. All right? And he's sending people to gulags in foreign countries. He's not sending them back to their own countries. Deportation means you are going back to the country you came from. Okay? That is not what is happening here. It is not what is happening here. Okay? There are people going, as everybody knows, to this Supermax in El Salvador.
Oh, my God.
There are people going to, was it Sudan?
South Sudan.
South Sudan. All right?
Libya.
It is so freaking dangerous down there. The people down there don't want to live there. All right? And they're sending people from Cuba, okay, to South Sudan. Because basically they're sweeping people up. They're sweeping people up who actually came here legally. Okay? So they can't send them back to where they came from because they came here legally. All right? And they're legal. All right? This
legal, not illegal.
Legal. They're legal. All right? This is what happens when you don't give people due process. All right? We have a constitution that nobody is following. We have habeas corpus, which...
oh, wait. What is that? Oh, my God. What's her name? The one who killed the puppy?
Christine, no.
We're back to like episode 3.
Yeah, I know, but she doesn't know what that is. All right. So you have to prove why you're snatching people up. All right. And then you have to give them their day in court. And Trump said it he said it straight out loud. It's going to take too long to give them their day in court. We don't want to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to just ship them out.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's being told by judges, no, you can't do that. And he's doing it anyway. He's doing what the hell he wants about this. So I'm just waiting for the time when what is going to actually push us to the point where we stand up and say no more. And I think it's going to be women, and I think white women may finally get their freaking white asses on board. Yeah, I'm not happy. All right, because
this is from a white woman.
Because if it wasn't for white women, we wouldn't be in this mess. All right?
Because you didn't vote for Kamala.
Well, you don't vote for women. Because if
true.
you had voted for women, all right?
You didn't vote for Hillary.
You didn't vote for Hillary.
You didn't vote for women at all.
All right? It's like 49% of you dumbasses won't vote. I mean, you don't even, like, shouldn't even have the womanhood badge. I mean, we should take your badge away.
Your card away.
Right?
No more black card for folks.
No
they
more.
Use the whole black card thing.
How
about the white card?
How about
we're gonna
the
do a
woman
white
card?
woman card.
We're gonna
do a white woman card. We're gonna do a WWC.
And we're gonna
a
take
white
it.
woman card, and we're gonna take that
we're
shit.
Gonna take that shit because
you don't deserve it.
You don't deserve it.
For those of you.
For those of you, all right.
But a lot of you did. A lot of you did not.
53%. All right? I love my numbers. 53% of white women still support that asshole in the Oval. Okay? He's not a president. He's a part-time golf championship. You know, and I say that only because he only wins his own championships.
Because he cheats.
All right? But
I can't.
And he's only there to make money. He's only there to make money for himself. Mm-hmm. Okay? And he's going to bankrupt us. He is the mad king who's going to reign over our ashes if we allow it. And white women will have you to thank. Just wanted to give that shout out to you. That's all. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
I couldn't help myself.
I just have to laugh.
It
is a serious issue, but I am laughing. But no, it is. No, it's a serious issue.
It makes me nuts.
It does make you nuts. And we've talked about it several times because we were actually going to start the podcast about women not supporting women. And then Trump got voted, and it was like, okay, you know what? We got a whole nother... We can't even go that route.
We can't because we don't have time.
What the fuck Wednesday because we don't even have time to be bullshit about this.
We don't. Yeah. So, women, white women... You know what you've done to other women? Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what they've done to other women. Let's talk about Mallory.
Oh, man.
Right?
Okay.
I mean, we talked about
all right.
Atlanta last week.
All right. So, switching gears. Let's go to, what we've done to women.
Yeah, what we've done to women. Let's talk about
what are the consequences of not voting for women? Well, one of them would be, when I thought about this episode today, I got a little catchy phrase, and the catchy phrase, the title, I should say, was like, Bills, Babies, and Border Patrol. Yep, the 3 Bs.
Yeah.
Bills, Babies, and Border Patrol. Yeah. So we talked about the Border Patrol nonsense that's happening here on this nice little island.
That we got smacked around with.
But let's talk about Mallory. So Mallory, what's your last name?
Patrice Straight.
Mallory Patrice Straight
is her name.
Okay,
yes.
And I want to say Mallory is spelt differently.
It is.
And so I want to make sure that I do that right. I believe it's Mallori.
Yeah.
Patrice Straight, Strait. A homeless woman in Texas. Oh, fucking Texas.
She loves
I'm sorry.
Texas.
What are the 3 things I hate in the world? Let's say it again, guys. But we do it in every podcast. It's what?
It is Texas. And what are those stupid shoes? Crocs.
And
caravans.
Crocs, caravans, and Texas. Well, Texas, here we go. My God. Here you guys go.
More people wear Crocs now, though.
Oh,
they're horrible.
They're horrible.
They're plastic horrible crap.
Anyway,
go ahead. Mallory.
Okay, Mallory, a homeless woman in Texas. Oh. December 19th, 2024. Yeah, 2024. Okay. Has a miscarriage. First of all, she's in...
A Whataburger.
A Whataburger.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you should have a Whataburger.
Is it a Whataburger or a Whataburger?
It's a Whataburger. We'll get to it later. Anyway.
It's spelled with an A.
Yeah. You've been on this island a long time. Yeah, you got to get off island and have some real food. Okay. Anyway, Whataburgers. Anyway, love a Whataburger. However, she was in the Whataburgers, I guess, for a couple hours, chilling. Not chilling, but been in there for a bit.
She probably wasn't feeling well.
So then she goes into the bathroom at like 2 a.m., and she's making a lot of loud, crazy noises. And she's in there for a very long time. And she locks herself in the bathroom. So no. We don't call the ambulance. We call the police. Yep, we call the police. And so...
It's Texas.
Why aren't we calling the ambulance? Because it's Texas.
Texas.
That's why. So we got a black woman, pregnant, homeless, in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Making a lot of freaking noise, causing a lot of havoc in there. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on.
The manager, I do have to say, though, the manager did bring her some water, did try to, tried to be nice. He just wanted her gone. He wasn't... And
she was having a miscarriage.
She was having... Yeah. She was, but he didn't know that. Or she didn't know that. I don't even know. Was the manager a man or a woman?
I don't know.
She doesn't give a shit.
She was having a miscarriage.
She doesn't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, she doesn't give
I don't
a
care
God.
because I think when you see somebody in distress, I'm an empath.
Yeah,
you see somebody
she
in
is.
distress, like I'm coming for you. I like what's going on here.
Yeah.
What do you need? Like what do you need? So you lock yourself in a bathroom for 2 hours and you're crying in there and making a lot of noise and a lot of things are happening and you don't know what's going on. So yeah, let's just call the cops.
Yeah.
So she's a black woman pregnant in the bathroom and a lot of stuff is happening. The cops come. And so they arrest her. Yep, sure enough. She goes to jail for 5 months.
They take her to the hospital first.
Well, they take her to the hospital. They take the fetus out of the toilet.
Out of the toilet because she miscarried
in the toilet. She could have miscarried on the floor like a lot of people. But she miscarried in the toilet.
Right.
Okay.
She was taken to the hospital.
And she was taken into the hospital and charged with
abuse
of a corpse.
Yeah.
Because they claim that she flushed, and this is what the headlines read.
They tried to flush.
She tried to flush a fetus
down the toilet. Yeah. She was 5 to 6 months along.
According to the examiner.
Yeah.
Okay, and they say that the presence and the condition of the pregnancy-related elements, right? Okay, that were transported, with the fetus to the hospital, dispute that it was ever flushed down the toilet.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, because it was in there.
It was there. It was in the toilet.
There, okay, and this was not a viable, according to the medical examiner, was not a viable situation, right? This was not a viable pregnancy or whatever.
No.
And
so she was in jail, in prison, basically, while they were
5 months.
Yep. Waiting around for them. Being charged. Well, first of all, let's go back to when she was actually charged. She was in the hospital. She was charged, with abuse of a corpse. Went in front of a judge. And the judge put $100,000 bond on her.
She's homeless.
All right, $100,000 bond.
How dare you have a miscarriage in the toilet?
How dare you? All right, but they charged her with abuse of a corpse. Homeless woman. So
Texas. I fucking love you, Texas. I fucking hate you, Texas.
Texas has a heartbeat bill. That's their rules.
Texas is
all right. So
if you're a woman living in Texas, I'm not sure why you're there.
Get the hell out.
I'm not sure why you're there. If you got daughters, I'm really not sure why you're there. And if you have color, I never know why you're there.
So she's in jail for 5 months.
Yep. 5 months. So she was just released finally.
Yeah.
A few days ago because the charges were officially dismissed. You know why? Because they had no evidence.
None.
No evidence.
None.
Which means she should have never been arrested in the goddamn first place.
Right.
So you kept her in jail for 5 months.
5 months.
Unfucking necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? This really, rips me apart because, okay. This really tripped me out. While she was in jail.
Because you're getting to the part where I am.
I'm getting really worked up.
Most of all, this is the part where I get really upset. Okay?
Okay. While she was in jail,
yep,
she celebrated her 31st birthday. Because who doesn't want to do that in jail?
In jail.
Yeah. And the fact that she was homeless, not your business, not mine.
No.
Okay. A local crisis pregnancy center.
Right-wing nut jobs.
Texas.
Took
custody. Yep. Yeah, hear me out.
Yep.
Took custody.
Yep.
Of the fetal remains.
Yeah.
Right? This is a miscarriage now. Let's talk about this. This is a miscarriage.
Yep.
Okay. They named the fetus.
Yep.
They named the fetus.
Yep.
Let that sink in.
Well, first of all,
had a miscarriage.
How about the judge that gave them custody? Okay, let's talk about the judge that gave them custody. Do you really think that Mallory was even asked about this?
I don't know, because they think she tried to kill them.
So they just hand over her, her fetus.
You got no rights, guys.
If had come to fruition, would have been her baby girl.
They name the fetus because they can. I'm sorry, baby Mary.
Because
Mary. Yeah. What little black baby's named Mary?
Actually, a lot. There's a lot. We know that they're Marias, but
I know Marias. I don't know no black Marys.
Yeah, but
I'm here to tell you.
I do.
I don't.
I do. Okay, I'm older. Okay, it's an old name.
It's an old white name.
It's an old Catholic name.
It's an old white name.
It's an old Catholic name.
It's an old
and there's a lot
Catholic
of black
white
Catholics. Please
name.
do not listen to her. She's just talking.
Shit.
She's
That's
just
what I'm
talking. She's just talking.
Okay.
Okay. So
Then they had a public funeral.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys.
People donated to this. All right, for this funeral. They had like 100 people.
This is the what the fuck of me today. That is my what the fuck today.
Yeah, it is.
It is my what the fuck Wednesday.
They got her a headstone.
What the actual fuck?
They got a
It's
fetus,
nauseating.
a headstone.
It's nauseating. It's absolutely fucking
Okay.
nauseating. So she spends 5 months in jail for having a miscarriage.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do. We criminalize miscarriages now.
Yep.
So the psychological abuse, like trauma of women, period. So since Roe,
Yep.
I mean since Dobbs, since Dobbs
Overturned Roe.
overturned Roe.
Right.
Okay, what, June of 2022 was it?
It's just a lifetime
Anyway,
ago at this
there's been
point.
over 200 women, okay, that have been criminalized, jailed, charges of child abuse, of endangerment to children,
For having miscarriages.
for pregnancy-related
Yes.
crimes. Guess what? Men don't have babies.
No.
Who the fuck else is gonna have them for you?
Yeah. Right?
Right? So what is it we do as women? Like, seriously, what is it we do as women? Because
We stopped voting for women. How about that?
stop having sex.
So-
How about that? Don't always. Anyway, that's a whole different.
That's going to bring us to another.
Yeah, that's a whole different topic. So I'm not going to get into that.
That's going to bring us to Trump's murder bill. We'll get there.
Okay.
All right.
So the charges were dismissed. Okay,
Yes.
for insufficient evidence.
Yes.
Right. So we have to go back to like why she was jailed to begin with. I don't know. She was black. She was in a bathroom. There was a baby in the toilet. Oh my God! Take her now. Like God help us
It was
all.
a fetus that was still in the
It was a
amniotic fluid.
Right.
I've read multiple stories about this, all right, from multiple newspapers, and they're all freaking different, okay? One says that the fire department, EMS people, all right, took the baby out of the toilet and ripped open the amniotic fluid and tried to resuscitate the baby. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know I shouldn't be.
I know.
Sorry,
No.
I know I shouldn't be laughing, but seriously,
You shouldn't be laughing.
This is fucking
because it's absolutely
unreal.
true. And that I read this, and it was in the San Antonio Express.
Of course, San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, well, this happened in San Antonio.
I know, but I'm saying.
All right. So the story in the San Antonio Express News, okay.
Flushing her baby, it says.
Yeah, it says
Flushing her
accused
baby.
of flushing the baby.
No.
Okay, so which is not true. Okay, the injuries to the fetus, the medical examiner said were consistent with miscarriages or birth. Okay, period. And that, but it is true that the fetus was still in the amniotic fluid, amniotic sac. I'm sorry, amniotic sac. All right. What is? I cannot believe for the life that they tried to resuscitate. I don't believe that. I think that's such
People
a
are
bullshit story.
It's such a bullshit
I do. All right.
Because
So
we're the heroes. Because
Yeah.
we're going to save the fetus that's in the toilet. That was a miscarriage. Like,
yeah,
okay, guys.
yeah. So
Okay, guys. You're
and-
doing the most.
Yeah,
You're doing
you
the
are.
most.
You are.
You're
I've been
doing the
called the
most.
most.
Yeah. Have you?
I've been called the most. I
Growing
have.
up, you was pretty much the most.
I've been called the most.
Yeah.
So anyway, this
Not
this
surprising.
crazy bitch, Pamela
Mm-hmm.
Allen, all right, the CEO of Eagles Flight Advocacy and Outreach, all right, are the people who took custody.
Oh, I didn't even have her name.
Oh, I had it.
Eagles Flight Advocacy.
and Outreach.
Eagles Flight Advocacy
Do you
and
see
Outreach.
How that it doesn't describe anything.
Eagles Flight Advocacy and Outreach.
Right. How does that describe anything? That doesn't tell you what a right-wing nut job this whole thing
I
is.
can't believe they gave her a headstone.
All right.
tripping.
I'm tripping that they gave her custody.
Damn, I had a miscarriage. I didn't know I could do all that.
Yeah,
Wow,
right?
I could have had a funeral and everything.
You could have had a funeral and
Because
everything.
no.
All right. So the name of this, okay, is just like when they put up these crazy clinics, all right, these fake clinics, and to help you make your decisions about your future. And what they are is those clinics are set up just to talk you out of having an abortion. and putting your child up for adoption. That's all they're set up for.
Yep.
Okay?
And who's going to adopt your child?
Yeah.
Not these people standing outside with their signs.
No, they're not.
Not the people in Congress. Not
No.
these Republicans. Not one of them adopting your baby.
Not Pamela Allen.
Oh, and by the way, when you have the baby,
Yeah.
you get no benefits.
Nothing.
Because SNAP's going, bye-bye.
Yeah, but Trump
We're
wants
not
to
even
give
there
you
yet. We're not even there
No,
yet.
we're not even there. But Trump wants to give you $5,000.
Because that's a lot.
Yeah, because that's a lot. That's going to pay for what?
Like 1 month rent.
That's
Living
if you're lucky. If you're lucky, it's going to pay for rent. So this poor woman was put through. That's a horrible experience. First of all, it's just a horrible experience. All right, having a miscarriage, being treated like you're a criminal because you had a miscarriage. Okay, women always feel bad when they have a miscarriage because they feel like they failed.
And it doesn't matter what your situation is. She didn't have prenatal care. She was a homeless woman.
No.
We don't know the background. We're not getting into the background because it's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
It's just how women are being treated in these situations.
Yes.
It's like she was not even human.
How
They didn't
pregnant
give a
women are being
shit.
treated.
Okay.
Period.
It's like when they say we don't need to imagine a dystopian future.
Yeah.
Right? Where women are being used as incubators. We talked about this last week.
Right.
With the woman
Because
with the nurse in
she's
Georgia.
Still,
Is it Georgia?
yes,
What was it?
Georgia.
In Georgia, right?
It's in Georgia.
That is being held,
Yeah.
right, as an incubator to
exactly.
keep
That's
this
exactly
baby
it.
alive.
Yeah.
Like, so who's going to raise this baby?
This baby that's not going to be healthy.
My God.
Yeah.
Like, guys,
Yeah.
we can't take care of the humans that are here.
Nope.
And we're doing this. Like, it's just a mind fuck. I'm sorry. It really is. Like they're being arrested for miscarriages. We don't have to worry about or imagine that it's coming. Bullshit. We're here. We're here now. We're actually here now.
We are.
June 2024. Fetus found on a Baltimore bus. A Baltimore bus. City bus. There was a fetus. Stillborn.
That's
found.
crazy.
Right. So they came to investigate that.
Right.
2 days later, found another one. Same bus.
Holy shit.
June 1st and June 3rd. 2024. Same bus. Not
it,
just one baby. Two. I'm sorry, not babies. One
baby.
fetus, stillborn. Two.
Is it a conspiracy?
I don't know. People are dropping off fetuses on the bus. Okay. July 2024.
Because it's not safe to go to a hospital.
It's not safe
not
anymore.
safe.
You will be criminalized. A fetus dead in a dumpster in a Georgia Walmart. God love Walmart. What are you like? Okay. So anyway, I just say that because I know you hate Walmart.
I do.
I'm a Walmart. I don't care. The bitches are crazy. They look crazy in Walmart. They do like it is like a typical stereotype Walmart.
People who
but anyway,
are Walmart are just horrible people.
I'm a Walmart person. Yeah.
Who own Walmart.
Oh, okay.
I said own. I didn't say go. Own Walmart are horrible people.
It's the cheapest place to get soap. Like,
Yeah.
Anyway, July. That was in July 2024. Yeah. August 2024. Fetus found in a residence hall bathroom in an Oklahoma college campus.
Had to be residence, she said. Yeah.
It's a residence hall.
Yeah. I wonder why. Because they couldn't go to the hospital.
Because you're not going to the hospital and you sure as hell not telling
Not
anybody.
in Oklahoma.
Okay. So this is where we're going.
Yeah.
Because we're going backwards, guys.
We are.
We're reversing. We're reversing.
Yeah.
We're reversing.
Women, and you know,
why does this country hate women so much?
They do. They hate women and they hate children.
We're fucking amazing.
We are, aren't we?
We're amazing.
We
We're
are.
actually procreating for your dumb asses.
Yeah.
We're here. Well, guess what? They're actually not procreating. Not anymore, really. The numbers are really down. The numbers are really down
And
for
there's
people
a
having
reason
babies.
for that.
And why? Why I told my children not to have children. Yep, sure did. Why? Because this world is fucking nuts. Okay? It's a horrible place a lot of times.
The reason, well, I disagree with that. I have my own thoughts on that.
Well, you have grandchildren and they're already grown.
But
that's the difference. I do not.
But, okay, the reason not to have children is because of the Trump's murder bill. That's the reason not to have children.
Okay. He does have a murder bill.
Yes, he does.
So let's just recap sort of on the Texas thing so we can button it up. Okay, which is a Texas. Oh, God, I even hate saying the word. It's like the worst 5 letters. Besides Crocs.
I've been to Texas.
Crocs in Texas, 5 letters. Like, it's the worst 5 letters.
I've been to Texas, and let me tell you.
I have too.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Except for all the homeless people. There's a ton of homeless people.
There's homeless people in every city.
So, yeah, but I mean...
They aren't everywhere.
Whoa.
They are everywhere.
There's a ton of homeless people. But it's beautiful. Texas is a beautiful state run by Republicans who are running it into the ground. Mm-hmm. So go ahead.
So for those reasons, I hate Texas. Not just because it's hot and steamy and shit. Because there ain't no water around. Like, it's just like a big hot desert. Box. It's like, ah! Anyway.
Yeah, it's a desert.
I'll take a ribeye, but I'm not even going there. Anyway, Texas arrested a woman for a miscarriage, jailed her for nearly half a year. Yep. This is just a recap.
Yeah.
Okay? Let an anti-abortion group name and bury her fetus. Her fetus, not yours. Hers. Okay? And then quietly drop the charges. Shh. We're going to drop the charges. Because we don't really have a case.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you. You don't really have a case. Yeah, you don't have a fucking case.
Yeah.
Because you kept her in jail for 5 months.
5 months.
And some asshole out there, I'm sure, is going to say, well, she was homeless. At least she had some place to stay. Fuck you. Leave her alone.
What she said. Double. Yep.
I'm just like, oh.
It's just so true.
It's like the case last week with the Atlanta. Just come on, man.
No.
Like, what is it about? What is it?
About
I haven't seen a goddamn thing about men. Like, I haven't seen, and I'm a man lover. But what the hell? Like,
the only men never swept up.
There's never
brown men.
Okay, so I thought about this last night. Yeah. So we go back to the immigration thing a little. We're skipping around here, but so that's the Texas wrap up. Mm-hmm. Texas is fucking horrible. That could have happened in a lot of states, though. Don't get me wrong.
Florida.
Okay.
Florida.
Oy,
Georgia.
Florida.
Yeah.
And so
Alabama,
all these places.
Yeah.
But Texas has no problem getting on the map. They got no problem getting on the map. That's what we do. She shouldn't have been charged in the first place. So that's just really just shit show right from the beginning.
She should have been taken care of.
She should have been taken care of. And they don't give a fuck about women.
No.
They don't, but a lot of places don't. Like, a lot of states don't. In fact, I feel like this country really doesn't give two shits about women anyway. It really doesn't. That's how I feel. And I'm a woman. That's how I feel.
We've been badly treated forever.
You know, and so they act like we should just be grateful for what we get.
Yeah.
Oh, and we should have your babies too.
Yeah.
And we should raise them too. Mm-hmm. And we should bring them to soccer practice. And we should make them good little humans. You know, cheerleading squads. Yay.
If women...
we should do all that shit. And then be told, oh, by the way, you have no rights, by the way. You got no rights. Your body is ours and, like, we control that. Yeah, okay.
If women would get their shit together... When you do it
for men, you can do it for women. Until then, that's how I feel about you.
If women would get their shit together and just walk out on every freaking job... Walk out on every job.
Give me one damn day.
One day.
All women.
All it would take.
Just walk out. And it would only take one day.
It would only take one day.
If all women
would stick together.
Walked out.
And walk out. Just walk the hell out.
Seniors walk out.
Yeah.
Women can't walk out.
Just walk out.
Grown women can't walk out and say, I'm going to fight for this shit. Like, you're not going to tell me what to do with myself, my body. I can't birth control. I can't have IUDs. I can't have anything. Whether I want to get pregnant or not get pregnant, like, this affects everything.
Yep.
Like, stop attacking women.
Yeah.
Like, women, stand up, for God's sakes.
As you can see, all the protests, 80% of the women, 80% of the protesters are women. All right?
Because a lot of women are bullshit.
Because we're going to save your asses. Again. Just saying.
For those of you who voted wrong.
Again.
I mean,
how stupid are you?
So Trump has a murder bill.
Yes, he has a murder bill.
Talk about it.
Well, his murder bill got passed through the House. Okay, because, and I saw Mr. Coleman today on being called out for part of the bill. Mm-hmm. Part of the bill says that basically Congress loses their oversight. It takes away Congress. See, what people don't understand about this bill, it's not just about the fact that they're destroying our health care and that they're going to take away Medicaid. And because the bill is so huge, it's going to trigger, Medicare and take away from Medicare. Okay. It's not just that hospitals and doctors' offices and treatment centers across the country are going to be closed, okay? And that it defunds Planned Parenthood. And then Medicaid doesn't pay for abortion, you dummies. And the Hyde Amendment back in the day, okay, I remember because I'm old enough, all right? But the Hyde Amendment stopped Medicaid from paying for any abortions, okay? Because, Republicans. So, and abortions are actually health care for women who miscarry, all right, have difficult pregnancies.
High-risk pregnancies.
High-risk pregnancies. There are women who don't ever want an abortion who have to have one, okay?
And it's hard enough. It's hard enough, guys.
It's hard enough, all right? And you just make it harder. You just make it harder on us because you're just horrible people. You're horrible people. Just saying. You're just horrible people. I'm just so mad about this bill. All right? So, anyway.
There are a lot of horrible people out there, guys.
Yes, there are.
A lot of them.
Medicaid covers 40% of the births that take place in this country. 40%.
Wow.
Of the births that take place in this country. Okay? 30% of the people on Medicaid are children.
That's right.
All right? They're children. All right? So,
most of these people working too, by the way. Just so you know, these are working people on Medicaid. You can get Medicaid while you work. Back in the day, it was like, if you didn't work, you went on Medicaid to get insurance for your kids. That's not the case anymore. That is not the case.
Excuse me.
People work at big businesses, make good money, whatever.
Walmart, because they don't pay their people enough to make.
Say Walmart, I said big businesses. I say good money. Anyway, there are a lot. She really hates Walmart. By the way. She's
Walmart.
always hated Walmart.
It's okay.
Can't even talk.
I hate Walmart.
Oh my god.
I do.
Anyway, hey Target lovers, where are you? Yeah. All right.
No.
So, all right. A lot of people
She lost her
who are
track.
working that get insurance through their jobs also have Medicaid for their kids because they cover a lot. Like, so this is really gonna hurt folks. Like, people don't understand like how much they're gonna lose in this bill.
The elderly who are in homes, that's
Like
paid
nursing
for.
homes?
Yes, that's paid for by Medicaid.
Yep.
It's not paid for by Medicare.
Hey mom, that's why we
Medicare
can't put you in a
doesn't-
home because you don't have Medicaid.
Medicare doesn't cover that.
We wouldn't do that.
Okay, Medicaid covers that.
Yeah.
All right. So it's like people don't understand Medicaid. All right, they don't understand how Medicaid is such a godsend to so many people who need health insurance. Okay, and that is why they're going to cut $715 billion. All right,
With a B?
with the B. They're gonna-
Babalian.
from healthcare, from health programs. Okay, they say it's unclear how much of that's going to be Medicaid. It doesn't even matter at this point. Okay, because it's going to be cut. It's going to be cut. Over 8 million people are going to end up with no insurance, no health insurance at all.
200,000 in Massachusetts, just so you know.
Okay, so
Right off top. And you know who's really going to get hit? Ha ha! Texas!
oh yeah,
Texas!
And
2 million!
Florida.
Guys, 2 million people.
and Alabama,
Florida.
yeah, and Georgia.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Roll Tide, guys. You'll be rolling all right. Your asses won't have anything. But you voted for this dum-dum.
Red states are going to be hit harder.
Red
than,
states will be hit harder. Even
Which
though
is-
he's coming after us blue folks.
Well,
right
he's
now.
coming after us blue because
Because he ain't got nothing else.
because we're telling him F you.
Yep.
That's why. All right, because we're not bending the knee.
That's
That's why
right.
he's going after Harvard. He's going after Harvard, one, because he's jealous because he went to Wharton. Okay,
And bought his degree.
he bought his degree.
Because
all
he
right?
still has a less than 200 word vocabulary. I know it's hated for
Yeah,
Wednesday,
he
guys, but
bought his.
does.
He bought his diploma as well. Okay, so the proposed cuts to Medicaid, besides closing so many hospitals, it's going to close hospitals.
Yes.
All right, and very
very rural
Rural
places.
places.
Guys, get ready.
okay. And it's funny me talking about healthcare when she knows more about healthcare than I do.
It's all right.
But
I'm not in it anymore. I left after 34 years. Free. I've been emancipated.
Yeah, okay. All right. So Medicaid cuts are basically going to defund Planned Parenthood. Now, let's look at Planned Parenthood. I took a look after this happened to Mallory in San Antonio. How many Planned Parenthood sites are in San Antonio? There's like a circle in San Antonio. San Antonio is really big. Everything in Texas is freaking big. All right. There's 5 of them. There's 5 of them.
Texas doesn't have big love for folks.
They don't have big love for folks. All right. But Jasmine Crockett comes from Texas.
I love Jasmine Crockett.
All right. So, I mean,
I hate it for the folks who live there.
Better
or
Rock comes there. There are good people
There are
from
good people in Texas. I do know. I do know.
All right.
I just hate
the problem is that Republicans have been in charge so long in Texas that they've destroyed the state. So there you go.
They will execute your ass.
They will execute your ass and be happy about it.
And fast.
So Medicaid pays for Planned Parenthood. It pays for pap smears. It pays for mammograms. All right. It pays for wellness checks. It pays for, if you're pregnant, prenatal care. Okay.
Which this woman did not have any of.
Well, she did not have any of that. All right. She had no prenatal care, no anything. She probably had other issues, which she should not have been punished for. All right. So the cuts to Medicare and health care with this murder bill are going to kill people, which is why, we're calling it the murder bill, because it is going to kill people. Okay. And it is insane to me, all right, that Republicans passed this in the House and they didn't even read it. Because Representative Stansbury, is that her name?
I'm not
She's
sure.
a hot ticket. All right, yeah, I think it's Stansbury. Yeah, she's a hot shit. She's a firecracker. All right.
We don't know any of those.
She actually confronted Chairperson Comer, all right, from a committee today about this bill. And how this bill strips Congress of oversight. All right? This bill strips Congress of oversight. It strips the judiciary, okay, of powers. It strips. It gives Donald Trump, or the president, whoever the president is, a year to comply with the Supreme Court. A year to supply. What country are we living in right now? I mean, seriously, we are a third world country, and we would be happy to make third world status at this point. Okay? Because is there a fourth world?
There isn't, but we could make one.
We're working on it. We're heading there.
We're heading.
So Comer, she looked at him, and you could see his face. He didn't read the bill. He didn't know that was in the bill, that it stripped Congress of oversight. Okay? And she's like, didn't you read the bill? And he's looking at his people like, can I see what she's talking about? And they brought him, something. And it was horrifying to watch. Because in Congress, they did what they were told to do. Mm-hmm. All right? In the House. Mm-hmm. They did what they were. The Senate, I'm hoping, will stand up because they were told that Medicaid and Medicare were not going to get cut. Well, that was a lie. And it was a huge lie. These numbers are ridiculous. So Medicaid is going to be cut. All right? It's going to be cut bigly. Okay.
Please don't say bigly.
It's going to be cut.
That is not a word, guys. It's not a word.
All right. So besides being cut, and now there's new work requirements, right?
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, so there's new work requirements, which are mostly going to hit women. Okay. Yeah, because it always hits women because Republicans hate women unless they're doing what they're told. And so
whenever anybody said, why are you a Democrat? I said, because as long as I'm a woman, I can't be a Republican.
You can't.
Doesn't matter about money.
It doesn't
matter about taxes. It doesn't matter about any of that. As long as I'm a woman.
Yes.
And I am. I would never be a freaking Republican.
Anything good in this country, all right, 4 people
Woo!
have come from the Democratic Party, not from the Republican Party. Ever.
Put your kid in Head Start.
Ever.
Democrat.
Okay? It just hasn't. It just hasn't.
Democrat.
You know? It really hasn't. And it's just, it's so sad. It is so sad that there's an entire party who hates women and children. And children!
And they have children. And do their children know that they hate children?
But
hey, Republicans, do your
can
kids know that you hate them?
But they hate poor children.
No.
And that is it. They hate poor children.
No, they're horrible.
All right? And so they can put their kids in private school. But if you can't afford to put your kids in private school, F you. Okay? That's how they feel about it. So anyway. Anyway. It is true. All right. So let's talk about SNAP. Okay? So
let's talk about the 236,000 people in Massachusetts that will lose SNAP.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Just so you know. For those who get it, 236,000 of you will not. The requirements are changing. And that's how they're getting you.
That is.
That is how they're getting you. They're getting you with the requirements.
Yes.
Okay? They're like, oh, yeah, sure, you can have SNAP. Oh, by the way, you got to have this, and this. They're making the requirements so hard.
That is the biggest one. So.
Okay? Right? And so what is that?
That is the work requirement.
The work requirement.
For women.
Yep.
All right. With dependent children.
Women. Because we're the ones who have the children.
Yeah.
Because you can't.
So it used to be, or is presently, before this murder bill has been put up. All right. And it's a murder bill. I'm sorry. It's going to kill a lot of people.
I know, but every time you say it, I'm just like, Jesus.
But it's true. Call it what it is. And that's the problem with these people, right? We're not calling them what they are. All right. The pieces of shits that they are. We're not calling them on it. Okay. But what this does, all right, is parents with dependent children under 18 are exempt from working. Okay. They're changing that. Now it's going to be 7. So now your 7-year-old is going to be expected to take care of himself while you go to work. So you can get SNAP, food stamps, so you can feed him.
But when you leave him home alone because you got to go to work so you can get benefits to feed him, and the house gets robbed or goes on fire and they call 911, guess what? You're going to jail because you left your 7-year-old home alone.
Yeah, they'll be taking your kid away from you.
Just so you know.
They'll be taking your kid away from you. Because you can't afford daycare.
Oh, that's
Who the hell can afford daycare? It's over $300 a week if you're lucky.
No.
If you're lucky.
No.
Okay? No, you can't afford daycare. We are a horrible country. Can I just tell you that? We are a horrible country for women and children. It's been like that from the get-go. All right? And we have barely improved. And when we had a generation of women who got out there in the 60s and the 70s and they busted their ass and showed their tits, all right, to get...
Did you just say that?
I did just say that. Okay. To get, all right, rights for women. It's true. All right, to get rights for women. All right, what happens?
Oh, God.
White women went and pissed it away.
Oh, God.
We went and pissed it away.
I say a lot of stuff. That's not one of them. But I wasn't prepared for that. Sorry, guys.
It's true.
I don't even know that I really even heard you ever say that. But anyway, it's okay.
But anyway, that's what they did. Okay, if you were aware of the 60s and the 70s, that's what they did. Okay, shit. And they went out there and they did their thing and they got us rights.
Yeah.
All right, they fought like hell for those rights. All right, and that's now they are going away. They're going away, people. Yeah, all right, they're going away. LGBTQ rights going away.
Yep.
Kids. If our kids are going to be allowed to have an education that is not private, all right, it's not going to happen under these people. We have got to rid ourselves of these people. The Mad King and his court jesters are killing us. This murder bill is going to kill us. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, guys, that's a lot.
Just saying.
And it's fucking Wednesday. It's just Wednesday, guys. It's just May 28th, and it's just Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
That's all it is.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Wow. Wednesday, yeah. I'm sorry, it's true.
No, it is true.
It is true.
These are very serious things But, you know, if we don't laugh, we'll just cry every day.
Yes, this is true.
So we put it out there. We want you to be informed.
Yes.
We can't tell you everything. We still never get to Diddy. Every week we can't get to Diddy because
can't
there's
get
so
to
much
Diddy.
other shit happening. They're coming in there arresting every goddamn body.
And it is quite the interesting trial, too. I hope you're at least reading along with it.
I am reading along.
Yeah, because we
Lord
can't watch
have mercy.
it.
When I saw Cuba Gooding Jr. going in there, I was like, oh shit.
I didn't know.
There's a lot happening there. I got to really pay attention because I've been wrapped up in basketball.
Yeah,
And
I didn't know Cuba was up.
He was in there.
I didn't know he was up.
He was in there. No, he'd been in there. I think he was in there like last week. But anyway, we'll probably have a whole Diddy section. I know I say that every weekend. You all are like hungry for Diddy, but no, I can't yet. There's so much shit, really, really good shit happening.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just
maybe next week we can do like half of the Murder Incorporated that's running our country, and the other half we can be amused by Diddy.
I don't know, man.
Still
This
got
shit's
Karen
wild.
Reed going on too.
Oh, Karen Reed.
The Karen Reed trial.
She
the
ran
Reed
that joke
trial.
over. She ran him over. Man,
I don't
stop
think
it.
so.
Oh,
doesn't matter. They don't have enough evidence.
That's true. And if
they don't have enough evidence, they really don't.
And if it doesn't fit,
you must have quit.
That's so bad.
That is bad.
That is so bad.
It's
We're
so
gonna get
true,
so much
though.
feedback
I'm
on
sorry.
that because that was so bad.
Well, you know what?
Well, they're all dead now. Even OJ.
OJ's gone.
Dead. Okay.
Yep.
So on a serious note, I guess closing. Call to action, guys. June 14th. Back at it, right? I won't be available, but June 14th is that No King's Day.
Yep.
So get back out there.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
Don't say that.
Huge.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be like Bigley, guys. It's going to be Bigley because we're big, orange, and dumb. That's what we are.
Do-do-do.
Yeah, do-do-do. Oh, my God. Help us all. So
we didn't even get to the taco trade. I mean, it's like
we did not get to that.
But we will next week.
We will. Oh my God, it'll be something else by then.
I know. It will.
Okay, so call to action, June 14th. You know, stay alert on ICE. If it's near you, speak up, organize. We put the number out last week.
Did.
I did email Luce Luce, Massachusetts. I did send all the videos of ICE here the last couple of days.
I did. I sent them.
Yep, I put it out there. I sent the email. I sent the emails with the videos. Like, hey, they're here, just rounding up folks.
Yep. And they were.
You know, folks just going to work, guys. You know, that's where we're at. And so stay alert. If ICE is near you, speak up, organize. Support those that are directly impacted. That's important. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Keep the pressure on lawmakers. Policy wins are possible. I know it's just. I know. God knows.
We can stop this bill. We can stop this bill.
Just you got to stay on them. You got to stay on them.
Yeah.
I know it's. I know you wake up every day and go to work and say, "Screw this shit." It doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
No, it does though.
It
does though. It actually.
Your country will be gone. It's not about Medicaid and Medicare. It's not even about that. If it was just money, we could recover. It's not about money. It's about changing the actual structure of our government. All right? Pay attention, as we tell you.
Pay attention
every week.
Shout out to all the local fighters, the community organizers, Indivisible, all these folks that are out there doing it,
51.
5051.
Yeah. MoveOn.org.
MoveOn.org. Like all these places, ACLU, like jumping on top of everything, like all the time. Yep. Like just keep fighting, guys. It's out there. It is out there. I don't consume it every day, all day anymore. I do watch the playoffs. I'll be watching them tonight. She does. So I can get more information. I'm trying to stay, you know, I got a couple more weeks in basketball and then, you know, summertime, and we'll be doing this on Wednesdays anyway. But yeah, shout out to the local fighters, everybody's that's doing the work, you know, and the real ones like us. If you're paying attention. Right. And so the final note is going to be that we'll talk again next Wednesday because we'll have more shit for you.
Oh, God, yes.
And more what the fucks for you.
Yeah.
But because this is our WTF country, so because this is our what the fuck country, we're not looking away. We're not looking away.
No.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to laugh. We're going to joke. We're going to be serious. We're going to talk about Whataburger. We're going to talk about all that kind of stuff.
Whataburger.
What a burger.
What a burger.
What a burger.
What a burger.
What a burger. Anyway, and so
Not
that
if it's
being
down
said,
south, I ain't going.
next, it's not down south. Whataburger is in Massachusetts because I'll explain.
It's
later.
a Whataburger.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know about the Whataburgers, guys. So you massholes, you know, I know. Anyway, I'll educate her on the Whataburger because she is busy figuring out all this other stuff that we can talk about. So she's the brains behind it all, guys.
She's got.
I'm just a personality.
She is
There
the
it is.
personality. That's for
And
damn straight.
So till next What the Fuck Wednesday,
Yes,
sister
my
mine.
sister. There we go.
See you then, guys.
See you then.